and on Sundays, 1:30 p.m.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking.
Every second, every minute, every hour and every day, time doesn't just tick away. It's a countdown to political decisions that shape our world.
This country must move.
Imagine the impact these decisions have on our lives. Some are consequential, others may leave us intrigued or baffled.
You will have no better friend and partner than Nigeria.
Step in and feel the frenzy like never before. Join me every weekday for an hour of fact-finding interviews where questions cut to the core.
How would you say your administration has fared in these sectors?
I will dig in to get to the heart of issues, from local politics to global insight. Join me as I unearth the power plays, jaw-dropping revelations and the unfiltered truth. This isn't just politics, it's unraveling the stories that matter. Brace yourself for Politics Tonight every weekday at 8 p.m, where every decision echoes along the corridors of our lives. Politics Tonight, only on TVC News.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Well, good morning and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folani. There's very little else in the news, especially political news out there, that is not about, African Democratic Congress, ADC, especially after it's been adopted by a group of people hoping to use it as a vehicle to, achieve their objective. And that objective is at the elections to, oust the incumbent government democratically. The thing is, can they get enough people together to do it? Everybody has been having their say on that. Maybe we'll also hear from you this morning, but I know I certainly will be hearing from my friend who is seated right beside me, Joe Igbokwe, APC chieftain. Mr. Igbokwe, he's held many offices in the APC. So let's just say chieftain covers all of those ones. Yeah. You're very, very welcome, my brother.
Thank you. God bless you this morning.
Thank you very much. All Progressives Congress, are they concerned? Because people are looking at it and looking at the caliber of the people. Never mind, there's a lot that we can say about those people. That is to say, they are largely experienced in governance in the sense that they've been there. Not just like a flash in the pan. And so now they're coming together and they say that our objective this time is to win for this newly adopted party of ours, ADC, and in particular to get President Bola Tinubu to retire him after 4 years. I almost can say that I know how Joe is going to swing on this matter, but let me not say that. Let me ask the question, Joe, what do you think? How worried do you think APC should be about ADC?
You know, we have a background. People like us, Chiwaju and some other people, have a background where we are coming from. AD, AC,
yes.
ACN, APC.
That's right.
We have been consistent. We are not Toshiba fan. This way. We are just moving. It's not easy to just assemble a few people and say you abandoned 26-year-old party, PDP, 26 years. You left it. And you are scavenging for small parties and all that to form an assemblage of fair politicians against, unless they don't know Atewaju. We know him, I know him.
The presidency has already said that. Gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen, by all means, keep on doing what you're doing, but you should shift to 2031. Don't be looking at 2027.
Yes, you understand
the presidency has said that to them. But, well, I don't think they will be paying any more, very much notice.
Somebody that left power, office, as a governor in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, he has been planning, scheming, building bridges, touching lives, touching people, building coalitions all over, making friends, building people like us.
Mm-hmm.
And you think he's just there.
But for all that, what they are saying in the opposition is that everything that you've just said that would seem like a strength to APC members, they're saying it doesn't work. There's no joy, suffering in the land, hunger in the land, democracy has taken a back seat. In short, yes, we know that a lot of it is speaking as opposition. Mm-hmm. But what do you think?
Well, if you're sick and you're taken to a hospital for an operation, it's going to pay you, but you'll be fine. This is how I'm going to describe it. It is not a tea party anymore. We have to fix things. If you are in a community or a kind of family, mm-hmm. and things are not going well, you have to find a way mm-hmm. to get it right.
Yes.
It may be painful initially, mm-hmm. but you will get there.
So.
Those of us who have followed Achiwaju for years know what he stands for, who knows what he's capable of doing. Mm-hmm.
When you say that,
he has not failed in any form.
No, you also exactly. You also know that it doesn't need opposition to say it, but we are going through challenges and we are meeting those challenges. Perhaps not at the rate that critics
expected.
Critics might have expected. So all of that is the way it is. But when they say that they have, I hope that is what they're saying, that they have better ideas, that this thing is not going to work like this. And you have former close allies, former friends, all now gathering, I don't want to say ganging up, but they're all gathering now and saying that our sole objective is to prevent a re-election of President Tinubu.
How? It's not enough for you to just say that. How?
At the elections, I think they're looking at it that they can persuade enough Nigerians to do their bidding, which is put us ADC there better.
We know Association of Disorganized
No, African Democratic Congress.
I'm trying to put it in my own.
But surely you take them seriously. Surely you take them seriously.
I'm not taking them serious.
Really?
Yes. They don't have the muscle.
Okay.
They don't have the muscle.
Are you sure they're not hoping that, don't worry, let them underestimate us? That's what we want. What if that is part of the strategy?
We're looking at the individuals that are...
Okay.
The antecedents.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were governors. miserable in performance, you know. Didn't do anything. One of them, the driver, Atiku Abubakar, let me just call him because it's come to the time that we used to. He has always been known for doing what he's doing now. Remember, he was the vice president of Obasanjo in 1999. By 20, Obasanjo left him.
No. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Atiku Abubakar.
Oh, okay.
He was the vice president.
Yes.
In 1999.
That's right.
By the time we are getting to 2023, this guy has taken over almost all the structures. Obasanjo did not know.
They fell out. He and his principal fell out.
He had the structures. It was just a little time. Obasanjo just what happened. And he had to go so low, almost appeal to him, beg him to stand with him.
So that's what we hear. We're hearing all those things.
We're not babies now. We're following these things. Obasanjo almost knelt down, lie down, beg him. Once I finish, I will hand over to you. Because Obasanjo left everything. The man was, every night his house will be full of people. Cars everywhere. Nobody was going to Obasanjo. So Obasanjo did not know that all the structures had been taken away. So he had to reduce himself, put himself on the floor and beg him. To go. And he gave it. The moment Obasanjo got there, he made him almost useless. That was what happened. Obasanjo understand this game very well. He just put him aside and moved on.
So you are not willing to look at, is there any potential strength in this aggregation of politicians? Surely, in fact, I think I read something once where you were quoted as saying that I can only see a few good men.
That's what I want to tell you.
I can only see a few good men
people.
in
few. Some of them, like I said, failed governors. They left the Senate, they left this house, the House of Reps. They have nothing to bring to the table. The money they stole those years back, this isn't finished. So they don't know what to do again. I saw them, they were just going and said, these are the people that we know very well. Go back to the state they govern, or in Senate or House of Reps. Nothing. So they are finished, they don't have money. They want to come back. Not that they have anything to bring to the table. They don't have. It's just to be part of the... So just few of them there. And I will not mention their names. Just few of them that I know.
That you think?
Yes, I think that others are just young people. What we call young people. Let's come and eat.
But Joe, is this the same as to say that the APC, All Progressives Congress, has nothing to worry about?
Well, we're not taking anything for granted.
Okay.
The man Asiwaju understand these things very well, the game very well. It's not going to be a tea party. But we will defeat them.
That much?
There will be confusion in their camp. When the time comes, we'll play the game.
Confusion in their camp. Are you being... Is this spiritual or how? Confusion in their camp. Because these people, they appear to be dead serious. They appear
Only about 2 serious people I saw there. Others are mere gathering of people who are looking for something to eat. They have nothing to bring to the table. Their money don't finish. So they are looking for something. So I saw few organized people there. I won't mention their names. But if you tell me that these things I see are enough to stop an idea whose time has come, that will be, I'll be lying to you. I'll be lying to you. So they can't, it's almost difficult. Anyways, I remember what this man called them, Jabode George. But he just said, they are existential imbecility. and existential imbecility and existential docility. They don't have anything to bring to the table. The man there is deep. He's prepared for the office, and he knows what he wants to do. Surely there will be little setbacks, there will be little pains, Like I give you an example of going to a hospital for an operation, surgical operation. You have the pains, but it will be better. They will tell you, everything is better. Nobody is telling you how much is going to the governors every month. Nobody is telling you how much is going to the local governments every month, almost tripled on what they had before. Yeah. But nobody's going to talk about it.
And these monies were not available before the arrival of Tinubu. Yes. So how these people, these politicians that are now, in fact, we can stop calling them people and just call them ADC members.
Yes.
How they have now arrived at the conclusion that it's a walkover. It's a walkover for them if they have the right people. And I'm not even sure that the African Democratic Congress, ADC, I'm not even sure that the original ownership is as welcoming of them as they would like, because the former presidential candidate of that party has said that nobody has spoken with him, so how all this thing, it's not going to work like that. The party is not up to the highest bidder, that kind of a thing. So those are some problems for them. APC will say, continue now.
That party has a case in court. The other parties that are claiming ownership is still in court. It's one of the smallest parties we have in Nigeria. No followership, no nothing. How can defeat? I would have asked them to go back to the PDP. It would have been better.
Well, PDP has said that it is not going to be involved.
Are they still in? Is TVC still existing?
Oh, yes.
Who is the chairman? Who is the secretary?
You can ask this. PDP has said that it is not for any coalition. Maybe if people want, they can come into the PDP. Come into the PDP.
Okay. So it's still existing. I didn't know, because I've not been hearing from them. I've not been hearing a statement from PDC. I don't know who is the chairman. I don't know who is the secretary. I don't know where the followers are. The faces we are seeing in ADC are faces of PDP.
Yes.
Faces of PDP that we know. Yes. Original PDP that we know. Atiku is there. You can see Alpha there. Then others. These are the only people that we can see. Some of them other people we don't know them. We don't know how they.
If they're going to depend on performance, which must be one of they must have that kind of a plan. Look, from a point of view of performance, I think they are alleging that they have not seen anything that President Tinubu has done. That's the way opposition can exaggerate. So from their point of view, there's nothing that's been going on. In fact, they are even saying that, we were better off before. There's nothing you won't hear. They say in love and war, all is fair. So now this is the wartime, and so they are saying that what has APC done? We have come to make it right. But let me not continue because Mr. George is on the line. Good morning, Mr. George.
Good morning, Uncle Yori. And
yes.
Good morning to Mr. Bokwe.
Yes.
Good morning.
Uncle Yori, point of correction in the first place. You said the group said they can do things better. They didn't say so. What they said is their purpose is to dislodge Asiwaju from office.
Okay.
I have not heard them mention this is what we are coming to do. This is how we are going to do it better.
All right.
What they are saying is they want to remove the president from office and send him back to Lagos.
Yes. Okay. Maybe I assumed the other part, because it's not about personal hatred now. There must, so you're right.
You can find out.
No, you're very right. I'm not disputing. I'm not disputing you at all.
You have all of them in your station there.
That's right.
And check which one they have presented what they want to do and how they are going to do it better. I have not heard them said anything. All they are saying is they want to remove the president from the office.
Yes.
In life, the purpose, what lies behind what you do, is what the laws of life judge. Not what you are actually doing, but what lies behind it. They have already said, bear their mind that what they want is to disrupt the resetting that this president is doing for Nigeria's economy. And since that is the purpose, It will not work because in the times we stand, anything that is wrong collapses in the process of execution. I don't want to go back into the list of the people. Mr. Bokwe says there are 2 or 3 of them. I didn't see any that you can say is credible. It can bring a good result for them to defeat Asuwaju in 2027. Although it is not a reason for the APC to rest on their oars,
yes,
but I personally do not think that this is a force to reckon with.
Okay.
I want to thank Mr. Bokwe and his colleagues in the Southeast. I've noticed, that all the governors in the Southeast, all of them, in their hearts, they are working with Asuwaju. Even those that are not in APC as a party. This working together, if the Eastern Bloc had adopted it a long time ago, by now, the presidency would have been the turn of the Southeast. So I want to thank people like Joe Bokwe, Reverend Dominic and Co., who have been trying to build bridges, but others refuse to follow them. Now that they are listening, it's a plus, and I want them to continue. Sooner than later, you will see we are going to have an Igbo president in this country. But it's not the way Peter Obi is going about it. He is rather spoiling the chances, but from what we can see, the mass people in the Southeast, they have realized a mistake and they are towing the right path now. So I want to thank Joe Bokwe and his colleagues for a job well done.
Indeed.
Uncle Yori, I don't know what they are telling you, but some of us who are on the ground, we know what the truth is. Don't worry about these people. They'll soon scatter like a pack of cards.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. Did you want to respond to any of... he was particularly... He noted that the way the Southeast has been managing its politics, maybe from his point of view, it's become more progressive than before, and it's going to yield...
We did the job. And I paid dearly for it.
Yeah.
Because I've been consistently saying that we don't have to sit in just one zone and think somebody will come and hand over the presidency to us. It's supposed to be a collective responsibility. If you watch, bring your 2 hands together, left hand was, it will be clean. I say, you can't produce the president of Nigeria by just, look at Southeast. There is APGA there, in one state. Labour, one state. PDP, one state. APC, 2. You can't get the presidency with this arrangement, Organize yourself. Choose one party. Enter there and negotiate. And work. Drop the guns. Drop the knives. Stop killing people. Stop demanding for a separate state that, is 80% of Southeasterners will not want it. Because we have made investments across Nigeria. That's what we've been dropping on the table for years. And I paid dearly for it.
When you say
but today,
when you say that, are you referring to some personal assets of yours that were targeted, vandalized?
Yes, in fact, my home.
Back home.
Yes, my home. I don't have a home in the village. Home state. I don't have a home. And you need to go to that place and see what they did. So, but I have forgotten about those things because of what I'm seeing now. Yesterday, we were doing some campaigns for local government elections in Surrey, and I said, there's a new dynamic coming up in the Southeast. So I have so many of our people there. So let it work. If it works, then I will thank God that I did not labor in vain. Many of us did not labor in vain. Because, look at it. You talk about AD before in Southwest. AD. At the time, AD was set aside. And they went to form APC. Because you need other people's votes for you to be president. You can't be president with the votes of Southeast alone, or vote of any zone. Otherwise, we'll assume that you don't understand politics. Because it's a game of numbers. And I prayed this for years. So I wish,
even though people are making a lot of noise about danger of a one-party state, or we can't. If everybody now leaves their party and goes to join, in fact, there's nothing they're not saying. They're saying that and that is President Tinubu for you. That is where some are saying that he's a master strategist, he's a politician of par excellence, and people are saying it's money. He's just offering them money. How many people are you going to offer money? How many people are you going to offer money?
It's persuasion.
And is it not sort of painting those people in in a black color so that you can come and demonize them?
It's a matter of choice. Choose where you want to be and go in there. Nobody is driving anybody to one-party state. What prevents them from sustaining their PDP after 26 years?
Well, PDP has become something of a situation now. And let's put it delicately, it's something of a situation now.
I don't know who is driving the car now.
There are those who are swearing by it, and I've said that we are not living here. Take the Sarakis of this world, Baba, George. And,
that's what it should be.
All of these people saying that we are not living.
If a system is not good, good men should come up and fix it. Not to run away. Especially a party that has raised some of you to more than you can be for years. You now abandon it. Go and build your party. That's what we're telling them. Go and build your party. We need effective opposition.
And we do need effective opposition. They are working at it. I imagine the opposition, they are working at it. But I guess we need to be patient to see how all of this is going to pan out, especially as they have their stated objective, which is remove Tinubu from his seat. If that is the objective, then there are some worries. Mr. Sani Adenuga, chairman of Boot Party, good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, and Uncle Yori, quite a time.
It has been quite a bit.
Yes. Regarding the coalition, of course, it's unfortunate where the direction of opposition in Nigeria, I think I choose to call them Lazarus Lead. They want to be reasoned, but they don't have Christ, unfortunately. I think when it comes to criticizing them, I'm going to leave it at that. But I think it's sad that, in my view, I think listening to Chief Ubokwe, I like the analogy that he gave about you want to have an operation, you're going to have pain.
Yes.
But I still want to say that it seems the APCs are missing some blind spot. Even in the modern day, there are processes of you have the anesthetists, they come in and apply an anesthetic so that you don't feel the pain. The policies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, there's absolutely no doubt. You can't fault him on policies. But the concern from people of the grassroots, even members of other political parties like myself, has been the implementation. And it just seems this blind spot is just getting bigger every time. And it seems every member of APC are not seeing it. And I listen to your guests, and I will say they are sounding like the PDP when President Goodluck was there. They are ignoring anything. The issue here is that the average Nigerian out there may not have the capacity to be able to digest the implication, the long-term implication, the strategic views of the president when it comes to those policies. They want today what's happening to their life. And I think a lot of people are really genuinely suffering. And I think this is opportunity to express to people what they should expect. Let's give ourselves an example. During COVID, you will see as advanced as developed countries are in America, in Britain, they don't just sit back. They offer money to businesses. They offer money to people. Of course, they are a form of loans. They will give them back. And why is it so difficult? The government is saving money from subsidy removal, and yet ordinary Nigerians are feeling the pain. I'm not part of the generation. Most people who are younger than I'm just 51. I'm not one of those generations who messed up our country. So why should it be my generation and those below me that should be the one to pay for everything? Why can't this be some level of succor for people? And that's just been the pain of the people. Okay. I don't want us to focus more on the coalition because we obviously know they are part of the rotting in the system anyway. So it's a waste of time to actually talk more about these people, but rather to focus on those things the government is doing, how they're going to help people in the next 2 years. I think I will leave it at that. I will say whether or not.
But the blind spot. Sorry, sir. Yeah. Just for clarity, very briefly, what is that blind spot again that you say most people are not seeing?
Yeah, because the blind spot I'm talking about is that the opportunity that is not given to people, so that the pain they are facing in terms of the policies like the removal of fuel subsidy, the floating of currency, obviously it affects people. So what is getting back to ordinary Nigerians? They're not going to wait until all these policies start manifesting. Of course, they're already manifesting, but it's not really. Let's pick agriculture, for example. I'm into agriculture lately, and it's biting really hard. It's so difficult for a lot of farmers. Of course, we saw the show recently where they gave a lot of implements and tractors, but we obviously know that, of course, it's a good starting point, but those will not reach many people. But the ordinary people on the street who are caught up by sudden increase in cost of living, what is government doing about it? What grant, what form of money that is given to people? Of course, nobody is advocating that this money should be given forever. And that's why I gave the example of COVID. They were not giving people money in Western countries throughout. COVID has ended. They now said, okay, they kick it off, and some of the loans taken, they are paying back. We saw some of our Nigerian brethren who even fraudulently obtained some of this loan in America. They're in jail. And the discussion also is going to happen in the UK very soon, when some people who have obtained this thing illegally, and they may be sent to jail. The point I'm making here is this: if it can be done in Western countries, how much more in our own developing country, where people are facing the brunt of the policy of the government? They are all good policies. I cannot see any of the government policy today that I can fault. No, absolutely, I'm going to give more than 90% for those policies, but it is the implementation. It is how it affects people. We should pay attention to how it affects people and how we're going to help them to get to that point. That is what I call the blind spot.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's blind spot because it seems APC is not saying it. I don't know why.
Thank you very much for calling in. Appreciate you. Joe, in case, let me just take a quick break so I don't have to interrupt you. I'm sure you want
I needed to make some.
Okay, indeed. Okay, we'll stay with us. We'll just take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Okay, welcome back, and we're looking at the coalition adopting African Democratic Congress as their vehicle of choice, in the quest at the next presidential election to win it. and the implications of that. We'll see how all of that goes. Our guest is Mr. Joe Igbokwe, APC chieftain. And before we went on break, Mr. Sonny Adenuga, he was talking with us, Boot Party, and he was the guy who was speaking about a possible blind spot that APC are not noticing. But you heard him. Did you want to comment?
Oh, yes. People need to feel, yes, things are very difficult, but we need to, we as leaders need to do the needful. Governors are running away, not that they are running away, they have a lot of money in their hands.
Governors?
Governors that can make an impact in their states. The same thing with the local governments.
That's
why everybody wants to be a local government chairman now.
Yes.
Too much money.
Well, I don't know about too much.
Let them not use the money to go and start buying houses. So
no.
It's not what it is. So government took this with right hand and gave you back something. And if your people don't feel the impact, then something's wrong, going somewhere.
You know, even the president has had reason to make this comment that, look, your governors are getting much more than
too much money, more than they're having before. So it's a way of taking this money from the people and giving it to you as governor to use it to improve their lives for the better.
And to the best of your knowledge, the governors are not making maximum impact in that regard?
Many of them, I can't lie to you. Many of them. That's why everybody's struggling to be governor. Everybody's struggling to be local government local government chairman. The money is not for you and your family. It's for the good of the Commonwealth. Another one is that this subsidy removal taught us lessons. See, if I enter my toilet now, if I'm going, subsidy removal and tariff in electricity, if I'm going out, I put off the light.
Of course.
Before, we just leave everything on.
Before.
Sorry? We don't get common sense, so. If you enter the toilet, something my brother told me many years back, he was living in UK. He came, we live like that. I say you cannot do it in UK.
You know.
Once you enter, you put on the light if you need to put it. If you are going out, you put it off.
If there's light in the bedroom and nobody's using the bedroom, it should be off. But I think Nigerians are learning that. In fact, so much so, some lamps are even coming. You leave the thing.
It's not only that one. Before, somebody will start a car. It's not going anywhere. You go to Tom Bridge. You go to Ikoyi. You go everywhere. You will just driving around Lagos.
Yes.
It's no longer, not anymore. Not anymore.
So what you're saying is that because of the
you choose where to go now.
The living conditions are such that one has to be more discerning.
Yes.
More and you know.
We monitor things now. How many days? 20,000. How many days will it last? We now start adjusting ourselves. Because this is the way it's done overseas for years. So, even in advanced countries, that's the way it is. You don't waste energy. Well, here you got because you pay small money. I'm not saying that it's good for us, because I'm feeling the pains, but I try to manage myself. The things that we have been doing over the years, you know, that's what is happening in advanced countries.
Okay, Mr. Adekunle in Abeokuta, good morning to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Uncle Joe, good morning.
Good morning. God bless you.
Yes. Uncle Yori, please, I want to ask this question. Just on the topic that you are discussing now. And my question is, do we have a federal citizen in Nigeria? I think the answer is no. So if you don't have
a what? Do we have a what citizen? What citizen? What citizen? Do we have a what citizen? I didn't hear that. Mr. Adekunle, can you hear us? Mr. Adekunle, can you hear us?
Subsidy was removed.
Mr. Adekunle, can you hear us?
Federal government has put money.
I think he said federal citizen. Do we have a federal citizen?
No, I couldn't hear what he said.
I think he said, do we have a federal? Mr. Adekunle, can you hear us? We've been trying to call your attention. Can you hear us, Mr. Adekunle? How is it one way?
On the federal government. Whereas we have the states that have people what they have been collecting before the removal of subsidy. I don't know why the focus is not going to the state.
Okay.
The point he's making.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the point that Joe Igbokwe was making as well. You know,
too much money.
That there's so much money.
Too much money in their hands. Local government, state government.
But when you say
that's number one. Then you go to a house and manage yourself.
You see, before you say too much money, it will usually be because you are seeing people spend in a spendthrift kind of way. So when you say too much money, it's because you're saying too much that has been done with money, that if they didn't have this money, they wouldn't be able to do all of this.
We don't know what they're doing with the money.
So they could say, so what do you mean too much
money?
The
money is supposed to be, people should feel the impact in any local government.
Okay.
And then the governor is also there in that state. I see what is going on in Lagos. I can see the money in Lagos. Infrastructure, I've seen it. The local government people is what I don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
Because you see the state going to do the roads in some local governments. Some of them are doing, but not enough. Okay. Some of them are building roads, but not enough. People need to feel the impact. You can give money to people. You can give palliatives to people. So every month they get this money I'm talking about.
Yes. If it is as you say, then this whole matter about the
you come to the military, not dominated. For years, Nigeria has kept quiet. Governorship, the presidential, not dominated. Now, the balance situation is, they come back to tap. Everybody, like, who and who within that circle, step down for another person. Honestly speaking, the best option to you as an individual is that let people go back and see that. I'm very relieved from old politicians. Now let me give you an example. We see what happened between just American elections just finished. What is happening there now? Biden left, Obama left, all of them, they are all silent. They didn't go to comment, except the one we are looking at Musk, the richest man in America, forming his own political party. Now, maybe I will say that he has going to leave from Africa to form his own political party because he's rich to form a political party. Now, the question is, will Americans follow him? That's a question. Does he have a roadmap? That's a question. Is it prepared to them? That's the same thing that is happening in Africa. Okay. As Nigeria as our own country. Honestly, I will tell people just go back and wait till after 2027. You can come back with a formidable force to fight for your case. But for now, there's no vacancy in at all. To me, the way I'm seeing it. But I wish everybody thought it, because everybody, when you go to play football, Tom, Dick, and everybody is there. At the end of the match, after the last week, you know that who is the winner, who is the winner. Good morning, Mazio Okorafo.
Good morning, Mazio Okorafo. In fact, there's some of our people, some of our viewers, and I suppose all stations have their own. It's just like people buy papers. They tend to they know the papers that they buy,
yes.
And there are slants in their
viewpoint there for a while.
So as for Mazio Okorafo,
we hear him every other day.
APC all the way. APC all the way. This is the only thing that I'm not happy about here. You are APC all the way too.
Yes.
I need someone else to also be telling it to me from the other side as well.
No, the thing is consistency.
Although
if you are on the other side, you won't have anything
somebody
to bring
like
to the
Mr.
table.
George that usually calls in, he will always say that, why are you
they follow events?
Why are you spending precious time on these matters? That's his point of view. But that is what politicians will say. But we have to look at it with detachment and to not be emotional about it. Whatever they are saying, let's hear what they are saying. Mazi was just asking, who is the presidential candidate among them? These are difficult questions to ask.
No, we're not ignoring them. You know. You see, opposition will make you to pay attention and do what you're supposed to do, because you know that after 4 years there will be elections again. So you need to deliver. You don't need anybody to tell you. Their own is to fire. Even when you have done something, the opposition will say you have not done anything.
They will say that they have not seen anything.
This one, they have not done anything. We have not seen anything.
Look at the monumental shifts that have happened. Is it the local government law that you want to talk about? Is it the taxation law that you want to talk about?
That money is supposed to go back to the people. When you give more money to the local government and governors, you create more jobs. Build markets, make life easy for people. So that is it. It's a kind of give and take. They give you give out.
But if people are not doing with this thing that you have said, so much so that it is affecting the image, even though the lines are different, it's affecting the image of the administration by people allegedly not, transferring the funds they're getting into projects, into development projects.
You can get a man to do what you can get a man to do what he's supposed to do is to punish.
At least
punish the offenders.
Let there be fear of sanction.
Punish the offenders.
That there will be prices to pay.
Federal government has the network and wherewithal to track everything that is happening. If you give somebody money, go with a chain. Go with handcuff. It's because we have not seen governors on handcuff. That's why some of in some local governments, governors will take the money and give them anything he likes.
Indeed.
This is not what it's supposed to be now.
So, well,
it's not what it's supposed to be.
There are no surprises in this interview. You're such an APC loyalist. I didn't expect anything
consistent.
else.
No, we're consistent.
This is the way you're consistent. That's the way we've always been.
Did I say APC governors? There are only people doing. I'm not only blaming APC governors, the other governors. APC governors are also there.
Everybody is involved in this.
We are speaking in general terms to reach everybody. Go and do your work. Money is not the problem now. You get enough money.
So that is you to the governors.
Yes. And local government.
And local government personnel.
977 for local government.
Now you have been enabled to be able to do what you wanted to do all along. But I think we can conclude by saying that you're not taking them for granted.
No.
It's just that you're no shaking. You don't seem to be. You don't think you don't think that ADC, African Democratic Congress, can pose any sort of threat to Tinubu in 2027.
If you want to go to UK, America,
well, I hope you're taking this thing
seriously. Wait, if you are going to America or UK,
yes,
visa Dani.
Yes.
Yes. So many other things that if you get to the airport and you don't have it, they will say, oh, my friend, just go and prepare yourself. We are prepared for this game.
But the Igbo man speaking Yoruba in my studio here, Kosheshe for ADC to come to bring anything out of this. Kosheshe. Before you speak more Yoruba than that, we're going to have to leave it there.
They don't have the capacity and capability to take it. You don't know him.
All right then. Okay, we're going to have to leave it
here. He started planning from day one. It's difficult too, because he's going to perform. He's going to deliver very well. He's just 2 years old.
So 8 years now he can only get better. And
he can only get better. We're not joking though. I'm telling you what I know. It has been my principle for years.
Okay,
he has eyes for big things, development, developing people, developing environment and everything. So he will not fail.
He would.
He will not fail. He's a chartered accountant.
A lot of people think that way as well.
He will not fail.
We're going to have to leave it here. Thank you very much, Joe Ibokwe, APC, our chieftain, for coming on the program. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition